Have you ever wondered who's really behind that charming profile on your favorite dating app? Today, the world of online romance is a complex labyrinth where love and deception often cross paths. In the digital age, romance scams have become an unseen threat, lurking in the shadows of our daily lives. Each year, thousands of unsuspecting individuals are lured into a web of lies, spun by manipulative scammers disguising themselves as potential partners. These fraudulent acts aren't confined to a specific demographic or geography. Anyone can become a target. From the young and tech-savvy to the elderly seeking companionship to the busy professional looking for love, no one is immune. This global epidemic has seen a steady rise, with the number of victims and the amount of money lost increasing year on year. It's a harsh truth to swallow, but it's crucial to understand and acknowledge. So, how do these scammers manage to fool so many people? Well, it's all about the art of deception. It starts with creating a believable illusion. Scammers are experts at creating fake profiles that seem genuine. They conjure up compelling personas, complete with detailed backgrounds and hobbies that align perfectly with their target's interests. These scammers also know how to pick a good photo. They don't just pick any random image from the internet. They carefully select or even steal photos that inspire trust and attraction. These photos often feature attractive individuals, but not too attractive to raise suspicion. It's all about hitting that sweet spot of believability. But the deception doesn't stop there. The scammers then weave intricate stories designed to pull at your heartstrings. They might tell tales of tragic pasts or exciting careers that keep them constantly on the move. They're always just out of reach, physically, but emotionally, they're right there with you. Of course, it's not all about crafting a convincing persona. These scammers are also masters of emotional manipulation. They know how to make you feel special, heard, and understood. They'll shower you with flattery and affection, making you feel like you're the only person in the world who truly gets them. And then, there's the time factor. These scammers are patient. They understand the value of trust, and they're willing to spend weeks, even months, building it. They don't rush in asking for money or favors. They wait until they've lured you into a false sense of security. Consider the tale of Jane, a successful businesswoman who fell for a man claiming to be a doctor working abroad. For months, he wooed her with romantic messages and promises of a future together. It was only when he asked for a large sum of money, supposedly for a medical emergency, that Jane realized she had been scammed. And just when they've gained your trust, that's when they strike. Once they've got you hooked, the next step is to reel you in. This is where the real danger begins, the stage we call the money trap. This is the point where the scammer will start asking for money. It may start small, just a little favor perhaps, but it quickly escalates. They might say they're in dire straits, facing a sudden emergency that requires immediate financial aid. It could be an unexpected medical bill, a legal trouble, or even a death in the family. They'll tell you that they have no one else to turn to, that you're their only hope, and they'll promise to pay you back as soon as they can. Or perhaps they'll tell you they want to come and visit you. They'll say they can't wait to meet you in person, but they just can't afford the travel expenses. They'll promise to pay you back as soon as they get there, and they'll make it sound like a small price to pay for a lifetime of happiness together. And because you believe you're in a relationship, because you care about them, you'll want to help. You'll want to believe that you can trust them, that they would never lie to you. But that's exactly what they're counting on. Let's consider a real-life example. Jane, a widowed single mother from Texas, met a man online who claimed to be a U.S. soldier stationed overseas. He said he was in love with her and wanted to come home to be with her, but he needed money for his travel expenses. Jane, wanting to believe in a second chance at love, sent him several $1,000s, but he never came. And the money she sent? It was gone, just like the man she thought she loved. The money trap is a cruel game, one that plays with your emotions, your trust, and your wallet. It's a game that leaves you with a broken heart and an empty bank account. And the worst part? It's a cruel twist of fate. The person you thought you were helping was actually the one hurting you. But there's hope. By knowing what to look out for, you can protect yourself from these scams. Let's dive into the murky waters of deception and take a closer look at the red flags that can help us spot a romance scam. First off, the love bomb. If someone you've just met online is professing their undying love in record time, that's a massive red flag. Genuine relationships take time to develop. Love at first sight is a fairy tale, not a reality. Secondly, the elusive lover. If they're always making up excuses to avoid meeting in person or even a video call, you might be dealing with a scammer. They might say they're overseas or that work keeps them too busy, but the truth is they're hiding their true identity. Moving on to the third red flag, the money talk. If your newfound love interest starts asking for money, gifts, or your banking information, that's not just a red flag, it's a blaring siren. Scammers often weave intricate tales of misfortune to tug at your heartstrings, making you feel guilty if you don't help out. Don't fall for it. And finally, the hard to track. If your online bows suggest moving your conversations to email or private messaging, remain cautious. Scammers prefer these platforms because they're harder for authorities to monitor. Stick to the dating app or website where you met. Now let's talk about what you can do to protect yourself. Be skeptical. Do your research. Use online tools to reverse image search their profile picture. Check if their story is consistent. And most importantly, never send money or personal information to someone you've only met online. Remember, it's okay to take things slow. It's better to be safe than sorry. And if you're ever in doubt, reach out to someone you trust. Share your concerns with them. They may see things from a perspective you hadn't considered. Remember, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Don't let your heart cloud your judgment. Stay smart, stay safe. In the world of online dating, it's important to keep your eyes open and your guard up. The digital landscape is rife with unseen threats, and amongst them, romance scammers hold a notorious position. They are shapeshifters who morph their tactics to suit their targets, often weaving intricate webs of deception. These fraudsters have mastered the art of psychological manipulation, using it to exploit our innate desire for companionship and love. They lure unsuspecting victims into a money trap, cleverly masking their true intentions behind a facade of genuine affection. Yet these scams are not invincible. They come with their own set of red flags, signs that something is amiss, unusual requests for money, too good to be true stories, and an unwillingness to meet in person are some of the telltale signs that you might be dealing with a scammer. Subscribe and leave a comment below if you like these type of videos. Let me know if you recently discovered if you or someone you know has been scammed. Stay safe out there, and remember, real love is worth waiting for.